Hey guys, what's going on? KBK Baseball here to bring you another episode of Franchise Mode with the Red Sox, and we're gonna try and do another player lock here with Clay Bucholtz. We are still first in the division with the Blue Jays with 1.5 games back, followed by the Rays, the Orioles, and the Yankees in dead last. So I'm gonna try and use Clay Bucholtz here and see if I can get some value for him. Hopefully we can get something pretty good. I'm going to try and simulate 2 weeks and then see where his next start is. So if we simulate here to Toronto, looks like we got swept by the Rockies 2-1 against Toronto. Oh yeah, we're also going to do the first year player draft. We're actually going to do the draft, or at least the first few rounds. No need to do the entire thing. So our first pick here is in for round 1, pick 12. And it looks like we're a little shallow in right field, shortstop, relief pitcher, and closing pitchers. So the first place we should probably go to is right field, I think, because our outfield's pretty thin overall. So if we go to right, this is center field, so let's go to right field. And I'm basically looking at their age, the accuracy of the scouting, their MLB ETA, and the potential. This guy's a 70. He's 21. He's international, and the accuracy is pretty good. His ETA is not until after 2020, but that's okay. That could be an alright thing. Then we got two guys up here in the orange or yellow. Then another orange and yellow, and then a green. But I think I'm going to go with this guy, Garrett Cohen. He's 18. 2020, his potential is a 70, so I'm going to go with him for our first pick. And then our second pick is pick 10 of round 2. I think I'm going to go with a shortstop here because shortstops are pretty important. And now none of these guys will really do anything for me until probably like 2017 or probably the earliest that they can do anything. But Richie Vaughn, he's 21. He seems like a pretty good bet. So I'm going to go with him. And then third round, we have the 11th pick. I'm going to go with a relief pitcher this time. And it looks like we don't have anyone in the green, so I'm going to go with one of these guys. Pretty much toss up. I'm just going to pick one of them. And then round 4, we have pick 12 again. So we're going to go with closing pitcher this time. There's only 2 there. I'll probably go with the 65 potential. So now for this one can be pretty much anywhere, but I think I'm going to go with a center fielder. Just because he can be versatile. He can go left field, right field, whatever. So we're just going to do that. We're going to simulate the rest of it, and then we're going to see where Clay Bucholtz's next start is after this Toronto game. And it looks like it should be here against Minnesota. So we'll sim through the game before, but first we got a Dodger trade. So relief pitcher for a shortstop. Shortstop's pretty good. He's 69, 21 D potential. And they're offering a relief pitcher who is 31, has C potential, and is 77 overall. So I think that sounds like a pretty good deal for us. The only thing that's a downside would be his salary, but if he's actually kind of worth it at this point. He's only on a $610,000 scholarship, or I almost said scholarship, contract. So I don't know. I think it's a good trade. I'm gonna do it. So now we go back over to this day, simulate through. We have another trade from the Mets. They are offering us a center fielder for a pitcher. Center fielder is a C potential 78 overall. He can play left and right, so he's versatile, which is what we need. And the starting pitcher is only making $90,000. His A potential needs a 61, and he's 27, so they're the same age. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna do this trade. The starting pitcher is an A prospect or an A potential pitcher, but we have a lot of good pitching, so I don't really know if we'll need this guy. I think we can afford to give him up. I think I'm gonna do it. We kind of need an outfielder just for some depth. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. Seems like a good idea. I'm just looking at all the potentials and stuff for pitchers to see if this would be a good deal. It definitely looks like it. We got some D's in there, but I mean, no one's gonna have really that great of a starting pitching for like the entire organization. And this is our outfield. I mean, our center fielders are pretty good, but we have a right field that's pretty thin of players. Our left field has some decent players, but we have a lot of D and Fs and stuff like that, potential players. For some reason, it moved Clay Bucholtz start ahead of day. So we're going to look for his next one, which is right here against Baltimore. So go to the game before again. And there we go. We're back on Clay Bucholtz. So he's not doing too bad this season so far. So maybe if we don't have the greatest game with him, maybe he'll still be alright for some trade value. Just trying to get rid of all these notifications. I can't stand when that stuff pops up. I don't know why. It's kind of like a pet peeve, especially with any of the games I play. All right, so let's get into it. So Clay Bucholtz player lock. We'll change the lineup around a little bit, not too much. No one's really too tired, so I think that's looking all right. Blake Swire has not performed well against lefties this year, so I guess we'll have to replace him with Ryan Hannigan, I guess. And Hannigan's on a bit of a hot streak anyway, so that could help us. So now it looks like we're tied for the division lead with the Rays. And the Blue Jays are 2 games back. The Yankees are 3.5. And the Orioles are 6. So we're still doing pretty good in our division. We need to keep it up, though, if we want to take the lead. Six and 4, 3.31 ERA, 13 games, about 80 innings pitched already. So first batter, curveball's in there for a strike. Fastball's in there for a strike. So far, so good. Try and get him swinging something away. He swung at it, but he fouled it off, unfortunately. Just try it one more time. Maybe we can get him. And that one was not over. That one was over the center of the plate. I didn't want it there at all. So that one kind of got away from us. We had him 0-2, and he got a base hit out of it. So now you have Mark Trumbo, who's on a bit of a hot streak now. And that one's just off the edge. That one wasn't even close. I can't throw a strike with a changeup, apparently. Fastball's in there for a strike. Cutter's way too inside, so now it's 3-1. Hopefully I don't walk this guy. And it looks like we're going to walk him. Even though that one clipped some of the plate. I think that one should have been a strike, but that's okay. Well, it's not really okay because Machado does some damage right here. We could be looking at a 3-0 game in the first inning already with no one out still, so that's not a good sign. So it's 1-1 is the count. Perfect release. So now it's 1-2 as he fouls that one off. He gets under that one, but Hannigan's not going to be able to get to it. Still 1-2 count. And he gets a slow roller. Hannigan's going to throw it to second. But he makes an error, so now the bases are loaded with their power hitter up. So this is not looking good right now for me. First pitch is in there for a strike. I just need to strike him out. And he's going to crush that one to left field off the wall. This game is just not working right now. So he scores 2 runs. We got runners on the corners. Pedro Alvarez is up. Still no one out. We've already thrown 16 pitches in this inning. And that fastball is dead center of the plate. I don't know how he didn't crush that one. Curveball's down for a ball. Fastball's just barely missing for a ball. That fastball's a strike now. 2-2 count, cutter. He smokes it over to the first base, foul line. He hits that one towards third base, foul line. Need to get this guy out. He's running the pitch count up. Cutter's in there for a strike 3. So we got our first out now. Hopefully we can limit our damage to only 2 runs this inning. So he fouls the cutter off. Fouls another cutter off. So it's 0-2 count. So it's looking good right now. Hits that one to third. Get the guy at second. And not the guy at first. So another run scores. So it's 3-0 now. So now we're going to pick things up a little bit later in the top of the 4th with a man on second. And this guy's going to reach down and hit a ball into right field. And he somehow misplays it. And it's a ground rule double. So this guy's first major league hit is technically on an error, but they're going to call it a double. So now it's 5-0. Orioles are leading in the top of the 4th. Next batter, as I'm already getting shunned from John Farrell over there. So now we have a 1-1 count. And he crushes one to left field. Hopefully he can grab it off the wall, maybe. Oh, and he missed that one. So they probably won't call that one an error, but it's kind of a misplay, and they barely missed the guy at home. So another run will score, and I think that might be, yeah, that's going to be it for me. So because I'm out now, I'm going to simulate the rest of the game. Hopefully we can mount some sort of comeback. I doubt it, but who knows. So another run scored that inning, so we were down 7-0 in the 4th, so I highly doubt we won. Yeah, we lost 8-5. So we lost some ground in the standings. We're now in second place at least. So hopefully we get something for Clay Bucholtz. After that game, I don't know what we will get, but hopefully hopefully something. That's all I can say really. So now we're going to go over to view the trading block just to see what we got going on here. No one really too appealing. And now we're going to try and go to make a trade. We're going to update our trading block just to make sure we're asking for the right positions, which it looks like we might be. Starting pitching, we could use some upgrades. Second base looks good. Third base is a little thin, so depth-wise we could use some people. Left field we would need some upgrades. Center field we're looking alright. Right field's really thin, so we definitely need some right field. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So hopefully we can get something for Clay Bucholtz that fits some of those needs. I'm gonna put a trade finder in, and I will get back to you guys with a trade that I like. All right, guys. So pretty much the best trade that I could find was probably this one with the A's. It's I believe it's Coco Crisp, Chris Coughlin, and Felix Dubront. So we are bringing back some two players that used to be on the Red Sox in Coco Crisp and Felix Dubront. But I feel like this was the best trade because it addressed a lot of our issues. So I went with that one. We got an outfielder that's a veteran that knows what he's doing. He's got some speed and power left in him. We have a decent starting pitcher that can start in AAA and hopefully move his way up to the majors. He's only like in his late 20s, yeah, 28 years old, and then we got a third baseman who's 30, but he gives us a little depth in that position. So again, two depth moves and then a hopeful starting move. So we're gonna send him down to AAA. We're gonna move our roster around a little bit, and then uh I might be ending it right there actually. Gonna look through and make sure everything's looking all right. We have too many people up on the majors right now. Trying to see if there's anyone that we can bring down that we don't necessarily need up at the MLB level. Chris Coughlin, we probably need. We'll send this guy down to AAA. We don't need three third basemen up here. Left field looking like we have three of them. I'm probably going to send down Bucholtz just because he's younger and definitely does not make as much as Coco Crisp. So we should probably be starting Coco Crisp over Bucholtz. Yeah, I mean, Juan Lagares, we should probably keep up the majors. So yeah, we're going to send Bucholtz down. And now our AAA is messed up a little bit, but I'm just going to go down to the very bottom and move someone down to AA. Move them down to AA. Then we have to move them down to single A, so that way there is enough room in the roster for everybody. And we're going to advance the day, and I think that's going to do it for this episode of Franchise Mode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.